All right, we are here to talk a little bit about something that I have a passion for, and that is swim bait fishing. Anybody ever caught a bass on a swim bait in here? Pretty much every single one of you. Did you not raise your hand? Where have you been? Come on. I think we have all learned in the last 10 years especially that swim bait fishing there is a niche for it everywhere in the country. It doesn't matter if it's smallmouth, spots, largemouth, little swim baits to big magnum ones. So I'm going to just kind of go over the heart and soul of it. When I thought I had an hour and a half to go over this. I'm like, can I squeeze this in an hour and a half? Then they told me I got 45 minutes. I'm like, crap. How many kids in here? Sorry. All right, so I'm not always PC, and I tend to get a little fired up sometimes. But swim bait fishing it's like a drug. It's something about it, man. When you got a 6-inch bait out there, and boom, anybody got that? Boom, that boom, you're like, whap! That's. It could be a jig too, but man, when you're slow rolling that swim bait, because you know that Shamu could be back there going, God, I love that. All right, so come to swim bait fishing. Yeah, there's lots of stuff. Seriously, we're gonna talk about 3 inches, 4 inches, 5 inches, 6, 7s, and we're not gonna cover everything because we don't have enough time. But the heart and soul of what I do is going to be in the 4 to 7 inch range as far as getting bites. Tournament fishing. How many of you are tournament anglers from club? Good portion of you. How many of you are just recreational anglers? All right, we've got a pretty mixed crowd here. All right, the recreational anglers are the ones that are going to be able to go throw a 14 ounce wood bait all day long to fish for 1 bite. I can't do that in a tournament because I'll go home broke. So we got to chase numbers as well as size at times and trying to balance both of them. And we've got a PowerPoint up here, but swim baits really all we're trying to mimic the forage, the swimming little fish forage that these fish are keying in on. It could be herring, shad, bluegill, crappie, alewives. There's all kinds of different. But if it's a fish that a bass is going to eat, that's what a swim bait, that's what we're mimicking. You know, it's not getting into crawdad patterns. There's no yellowbird, blackbird patterns. This is straight bait fish patterns. And the great thing about swim baits is that there is no bad time to fish a swim bait. You can catch one from January all the way to December. I used to think it was just a pre-spawn bait, spawn bait, big, Clear Lake. Anybody ever fish Clear Lake out here? No hands? Oh, that sucks. Don't go out there. It's a horrible lake. So I cut my teeth tournament fishing on Clear Lake. That's kind of like my home lake. And that's where I learned how to fish a swim bait more than anywhere else in the country. And then it was always the 7-inch baits, line through baits, that's where pre-spawn and spawn, that's how you caught them. And I took that elsewhere, and that's how I thought I could catch them. The only way to catch them was that way throughout the rest of the country. Obviously, it worked at Smith Mountain. But now I've realized that summertime, fall, wintertime, there is no bad time to fish a swim bait. It's just a matter of adapting this entire plethora, I just said that word, wow, of baits from 3 inches to 12 inches. It's finding the baits that fit your style of fishing and the fisheries that you're fishing. Because you could use the exact same stuff I'm using, but maybe you got to downsize it for the body of water you're fishing. So maybe I'm throwing a 5-inch bait, but for the lake that you're fishing, well, the average fish is 1 to 2 pounds. They're not eating stuff. So you go down to a 3-inch bait or a 4-inch bait. So it's just, you're adjusting the size. Here, that's the simplest part of it, is you're adjusting the size of your bait more often than not to the caliber of fish that live in the lake on average. Because when I chase a swim bait bite, number one, I'm looking for numbers bites. That's first and foremost. I want to get on a swim bait pattern that's going to get me bites. So typically it's going to be a 4 and 5 inch bait that's going to get me my bites. And once I get something dialed in,
welcome to Bass University TV, an online video training course where you'll learn champion bass fishing techniques from pro anglers Pete Glusek, Mike Iaconelli, and their talented special guests. From on the water to in the classroom, you'll learn sound techniques and strong fundamental bass fishing skills. Watch hours of video content on multiple topics at your own pace for a low monthly fee. Cancel at any time. Information is power in the sport of fishing, so learn from the very best. Subscribe to Bass University TV today.